Hello, everyone. Welcome to your Monday splits class. If you have yoga blocks, then you can grab those. If you don't, they're not necessary, so don't worry about it. And if you have some music that you want to play, you can go ahead and start that now. So we are going to start in a standing position. Okay, when everyone's ready, perfect. Yeah, so we're going to start in a standing position, and we're starting with 10 narrow squats. So we're going to be about hip width apart or closer. You can go all the way together. I like to have them just a little bit apart. So we're going here, making sure the knees are tracking over top of the feet and they're not coming past the toes. Okay. All right, let's go. We're going down for 1 and pushing all the way up. Good. Down, sending that butt behind, keeping the chest up. Good. And up for 2. Down and up for 3. Good. Really engaging through those legs and glutes. And pushing up. It's 4. Up. 5. Down. 6. 7. Good. 8. Yeah. Good. Keep an eye on those knees. 9. 1 more. And 10. Good. More squats. We're going in for a nice wide sumo squat. So we're going really wide here. You can turn your toes out if you like. We're going to come down. We're going to go 1 toe raises, the other toe raises. We're going to push back up. We're only going to do 6 of these. Okay? Everybody's ready? Let's go. Going down for 1. 1 heel, down. 2nd heel, down. Pushing up. Good. Down for 2. 1 heel. 2nd heel. And up. Down. 1 heel. 2nd heel. And up. That's 3. Halfway there. Down. 1st heel. 2nd heel. And up. Down. 1 heel. 2. And up. 2 more. Down. 1st heel. 2nd heel. And up. Woo, 1 more, guys. Down. 1st heel. 2nd heel. And up. Good. Whew, let that go. We're going into some lunges. So we're in a nice wide stance again so that when we bend down, we're not going too far over top of our toe. So just checking your stance there. We're going to do 6 of these on each side. We have really good warmed up legs today. Okay, when you're ready, we're going down and up. That's 1. Down and up. 2. Down for 3. Good. Down for 4. Up. 2 more. Down for 5. Up. Last one. Down for 6. And up. Turning to the other side. Okay. Going down for 1. And up. Down. And up. Down. And up. Halfway there. Down. Up. 2 more. Down. Up. Last one. Good. Now we got a semi little break here. We're going to go in for a standing forward fold. But I have some things to talk about. So if you have those blocks, you can grab them. If not, they're not totally necessary. We're going to be standing. You can have your feet about hip width apart, just facing forward. And as we bend forward, you can support yourself on your legs. If you can touch the ground, that's cool. But more importantly here is when I'm rounding into my back here, what I want to try is trying to stick my butt out and arching my back
I'm really targeting those hamstrings. That's where these blocks come in nice and handy, or even if you have a couch to hang onto or something, a wall, you can kind of prop yourself up so that you're here and relaxed, and then you can go in for that arch in the lower back, right? So that's where you're really going to get into those hamstring muscles and feel those. So we're going to hold that for a second, and then once we've held that for about 20 seconds, we're going to go in and we're going to lift our toes, kind of lean back, still keeping that really, really flat back, almost like an arch in the back. And then we're going to come down. So we're going to do each of those for about 20 seconds, and I'll prompt you when to lift the toes, okay? All right, so we're going in for our forward fold. You can support yourself on the ground with your legs. It's just a bit harder to balance with the toes up here. I'm going to use the blocks today. Good. Settling into it, and then nice straight legs, trying to stick your butt out and arch your lower back. Yeah. We're going to try and regulate our breath, going in and out through the nose. Okay, and then from here, we're going to raise those toes up with the straight legs to get into the calves. Still breathing in and out through the nose. Good. Letting those toes down and bending your knees and just rolling all the way back up. Nice and slow. The blood come back up to your head. Good. I'm going to put my blocks aside. We got one more pose here in our standing position. We're coming really nice and wide with our legs again. And we're going to face one toe forward, one toe towards me. And then everything is going to stay in this plane. So I'm going to keep my hips open. I'm not turning them, closing them. And I'm going to lean to one side. However far you're going to get, you can put your leg on the calf, on the ankle, or even on the ground. And we're going to lift the other arm up to the sky and keeping everything in this nice flat plane. And if when you lift your hand up to the sky, if you find that your shoulder's kind of in, then you're starting to fold and hinge forward and close your hips. And we want to target more of the inner thigh here. So we're going to stay in that plane sideways. Good. Let's take a couple breaths here. Good. Coming up from that nice and slow. We're going to transition our feet to the other side and slide down the other way, repeating on the opposite side. Nice triangle pose. Just regulating our breath, letting everything relax here. Good. Coming up from there. Nice and chill. All right. Grab a drink of water and meet me in a seated position. Okay, so we're gonna sit in a pike position, legs straight out in front of us. Just gonna hang out here for a second, and we're gonna start with some ankle rotation. So the legs are nice and straight. I'm just gonna go rotating my ankles all the way around, nice big circles. Yeah, that's it. We're going to switch rotation, going the opposite direction. Head coming, folding forward. Starting to see where everything lies here. So your ankles can just be relaxed, but the legs are nice and straight. We're just thinking about trying to bring our chest forward, belly button down to the thighs. If you like to bounce up and down a little bit here, you can. Or you can just breathe and relax into it. If there's any tension in your neck, just let that go. Good, we're gonna come up seated. And from here, we got another warm up to do. So just watch me first. I'm going to take one leg, start bending it. I'm going to drag my heel, kind of holding it up off the ground lightly as high as I can into my chest without using anything else. And I'm going to extend it and then slowly lower it down. Now, if this position of like sitting in a straight pike is like kind of challenging without leaning back, there's a couple things you can do. Either we can go here, lift it up, and then just put it back down. Because if I lean back too much, then I just start targeting my abs, and that's not what I'm trying to get after right now. You can put your hands behind you to help out, or you can lean right up against a wall or a couch or something, and it'll give you that little bit of back support. Yeah, so we're gonna be going like this, extending, and then lowering it down. If you don't get your foot super, super high, don't worry about that. It's just we're activating here right now, okay? All right, so we're gonna start with these. We're only gonna do like 3 on each side. So starting with one leg, up as high as you can. You should feel it in the hip flexor. Extend, feel that in the quad, and slowly down. Good. Up for a second one. Extend and slowly down. Last one on this side. Up really, really high. Extend and slowly down. Nice. Opposite side. We're going right into it. Up as high as you can. Extend. Slow, slow, slow. Nice. Up. Extend. And down. Last one. Heel comes up. Extend that leg. Slowly lower down. Nice. Feel that right here? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna release some of that. So we're gonna sit, setting up our 90-90 sit. So feet nice and wide, hands are behind you for support. Good, and then we're just gonna drop both of our knees to the same side. Push into this. Swap back and forth, nice and slow. You can kind of go at your own pace if you like. I'm gonna do one more on each side, and then we're gonna go into for a forward fold in this position. Good. So settling yourself on one side. We're gonna come make sure that our knees are all nice and squared up. We're gonna face the front leg here, so you should be facing your shin. And then we're folding over top of that shin So you can support yourself with your hands or your elbows. If your hips are really nice and loose, you can kind of settle yourself down into it.
And just feeling this one out. If you need to shimmy around in it a little bit, if it's tight somewhere, and bring that breath back in and out through the nose. One more breath. And coming up from here, we're going to transition our legs to the opposite side, squaring that all up, facing that front shin, and folding over top of it. Just wherever you feel a nice, good stretch. We're just going to breathe in and out through the nose. Good. One more breath. And we're coming up. We're going to stay in our seated position. We're going to sit in a straddle. Doesn't have to be super wide. We're going to go nice and wide later. But here, if we can get to like 90 degrees or a little bit wider, that's great. We're going to start leaning forward just a little bit. Just thinking about same thing as we were doing before with almost trying to arch the lower back and stick your butt out. Trying to straighten the back out so you're not rounding so much, and you're going to start feeling that stretch. Yeah. So from here, staying in our straddle position, we're going to bend one knee and see if we can get that foot flat on the ground. And you may want to even support yourself behind your back on this one. Totally good, because it's uncomfortable keeping this up here, but it really helps with compression and stretch on the other side. So if you can do it with the foot on the ground, yeah, knee in the air, and lean forward as well, that's excellent. So we're going to sit here for like 20 seconds and just try and breathe in and out through the nose. Good. Coming up, we're going to release that leg. We're going to go ahead and bend the other one. Get it situated. Yep. And then holding that stretch. Good. Coming up from there, we're going to release that leg again and see if that made us any room here. Give it a little shake, little wiggle, just move that fascia around, loosening it up. Yeah, Erin, she's on the ground. All right, coming up from that straddle. Woo. Well, I have to apologize. I forgot one of our standing warm-ups, so we're gonna do it now. We're gonna come back up to standing. So for this one, if you want something to balance, if you want to hang on to a wall, a couch, something like that, um, or if your ground isn't squishy like mine, you might be all right. Basically here we're going to bring our knee up, and then we're going to turn it out, and we're going behind us, but we're just going to that attitude position. If any dancers are out there, just to there, and then we're going to bring it back in front and down. And so we're going to do 5 of those on each side. So you should really feel it in kind of like the glute and the love handle position right here. Okay? So we're going to come up, turning out, pushing that nice and behind us until it feels like there's no more room for it to go, and then bringing it back nice and high and down. That's 1. Good. Same side. Up, behind, all the way back, and down. 2. Up, turning it out. Yeah. All the way back and down. It's 3. There's 2 more. Up, turn it out. Bring it behind, all the way back around, down. 1 more. Up, turn it out. Push, bringing it back. Yeah. All right. Switching to the other side. All set. We're coming up. Turning it out. Pushing that leg behind you. Bringing it around and down. Up. Turn out. Push all the way behind for your attitude. Bringing it back around and slowly down. Good. Up. Turning out. Push. Coming back and down. There's 3. 2 more. Up. Turn out. Push behind. Coming back around. Down. Last one. Knee comes up. Turn it out. Back and down. All right. Whew. Grab a drink of water. And we're going to start into our half split lunge progression. Okay. So when everybody's ready, we're going to start in our little half a split position here. Yep, so I'm at like 90 degrees, my back leg, hips are square, facing forward, front leg is straight. Yeah, good. We're just gonna fold over the front leg here. And then come back into that nose breathing in and out, regulating our breath. Good. So from here, I'm gonna stay folded over, but I'm gonna start nice slowly pointing and flexing that front foot. Nice. Yep. Just taking it at your own pace. Good. Now we're going to bend the front leg, come into that nice low lunge position here. You can put your knee on or your hands on your knee if you like, or keep them on the ground. I'm just going to stretch and feel this one in that front hip flexor. Transition back, putting the hands down, flexing that front foot, and folding forward. Coming back forward into our nice low lunge. Hands come to the knee. Can push a little bit up into a slight back bend here just to get into the hip flexor a bit more. Actually start to feel it in my like lower ab. Good. Transitioning back to our half a split. One more lunge forward. Hands come to the knee. We're going to push back. You can let your head tip back if you want, if you feel stable. And if this isn't stable, then you would also use your like blocks on either side. Coming back. So from here, we're going to stay in our lunge position when we're grabbing that back foot. So yeah, if you need to like come up and grab it, however you want to grab it. If you need a little bit more padding underneath your knee, yeah, I get that set up. So I like to go really loose with my foot, make sure that I'm down into my lunge, and then start bringing it in just to make sure that I don't pop up and then I'm just getting like, I want to target right up here. Releasing that guy out. Whew. Nice. All right, we're going to repeat that on our opposite leg. Good, setting it up, half a split. Hips are over the back leg. They're squared off, facing the extended leg, and we're just going to fold over this straight one. Ankles nice and relaxed here. We're just breathing in and out through the nose. And so then we're going to start at your own pace, just pointing and flexing that front foot. And so this position is another one that, especially if you don't feel it like super in your hamstring in the back of your upper leg, it could be because you're rounding into your lower back too much, and that's when your blocks would come in handy, or some books or something, just to prop your upper body up so that you can get that back straightened out.
Good. Okay, we're gonna bend that front knee, come into our low lunge. We're just gonna feel this one out and hold it for about 20 seconds. And transitioning, hands come to the ground. We're gonna flex our front foot, straighten that front leg for half a split, folding over onto that leg. Coming back forward for a lunge. Yeah, hands come to the knee. Do a slight back bend on this one. Just pushing our chest up. Yeah. Transitioning back to our half split. Front leg is super straight. Good. Transitioning back to our lunge. Hands come to the knee. Give it a nice push. Yeah, letting that out. Staying in your low lunge. We're grabbing that back foot. Yeah, settling down into it. Yeah, letting that back foot go. Coming out of there. Grab a quick drink if you need one. Coming back to our straddle position. Yeah, so when everybody's ready, we're going to sit in our straddle. We're going to face one leg, and we're going to fold over on top of it. And coming up from there, we're going to transition, face the other leg, and fold down onto this one. And coming up to the center. This time, we're going in for our side bends. We're going to stay parallel with our shoulders kind of stacked on top of each other and leaning over to one side. Yeah, you can have this arm like out in front of you. I like to kind of touch my leg. If you can get the toe, you can go for that. I'm just breathing in and out through the nose. Letting that side go, coming up through the center, and transitioning to the other side. Letting that side go. We're going to stay in our straddle. See if we can bring it nice and wide. We're going to go and try and lean forward for our pancake. So keeping the toes and the knees facing up to the ceiling. We're going to lean forward, really engaging through the legs here, and then thinking about letting that stomach drop down. You're poking your butt out. Yeah, like that. So if I'm kind of here and I'm rounded, I'm thinking about arching through my back. Really flex the legs. And breathing in and out through your nose. Good. Coming up from there. Bring those legs together. Give them a little break. Should be feeling pretty warmed up. All right, we're going in for our splits. We're doing left side, right side, middles. So if you have blocks, if you want to use them, I'm going to be using them for my one leg because it hurts. Or you got a couch or something. But remembering we're going to try and keep our hips nice and square. So we're going to start in that half a split. Yeah, when everybody's set up. And we're going to slowly lowering ourselves down. Blocks are super useful too. If, like today, I'm not all the way down, helps me keep my upper body elevated. So I'm not just doing like a forward lunge, and it's a bit easier when I can keep my arms straight as well. Okay, let that go. Come up to your half a split. We're going to go down for one more. A little break. See how it feels. Make sure you're not pulling anything. All right, resetting those hips, getting them nice and squared off. And we're sliding back out. Good. Coming up from there. Letting that one go. All right. We're going to transition. Switching legs. Good. Starting in our half a split. We're ready. We're sliding all the way out.
Okay, coming up from there, letting that one out. Give it a second. Okay, when we're ready, we're sliding back in. Good, let that one go. Bring those legs together. You did a good job. Move these guys out of my way. Okay, we got our middle splits left to do. So if you want to start with your butt up off the ground and sliding all the way in, you can. If that seems a little intense, we're just going to go into the pancake straddle. Go as wide as you can, even pushing the legs out, remembering to super engage, keep everything straight, and then leaning forward. We're just going to do one of these, okay? So whatever you choose, if you want to go in for the full one, we're ready. Sliding in when you're ready. Yeah, those legs are really engaged. Five more seconds. Yeah. Good, letting that out nice and slow. Bring those legs together. All right, we got a quick little cool down for you. We're gonna be lying down on our back. Yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna start one leg. I'm gonna start with my right, bringing the knee up, rotating out to the outside, and then straightening the leg out. So we're gonna do some hip rotations here. So draw the leg up. I like to follow my knee. Yeah. Nice and slow. Good, we're gonna do one more of these rotations. Yeah, and then we're gonna bend the opposite leg. And the one that we were working, the ankle's gonna go up to the knee for our little figure four here. Yeah. So you can totally just hang out in this one right here, or you can grab behind and bring it in for a deeper stretch. Nice. So staying with this leg position, we're going to drop our foot back down to the ground. And then the foot that's touching the ground, that knee, is going to fall over to the ground. If this makes sense to everyone. Yeah. Good. Straighten those legs out. Same leg. Take it and just bring it up for a nice squeeze. You can move it around if you still got a little something there. And release. All right, we're going to do those hip rotations with the opposite leg. So bringing the knee up and out. Yeah, nice and slow. Okay, one more of these hip rotations. Good, we're going to bend our opposite knee and put our working leg, ankle, yeah, up on the thigh. There we go. So we can bring that up for a better stretch if you like. Good. Letting the arms go, let your foot drop to the ground, and then you're going to tip over so your other foot drops to the ground. Yeah, now in this position, and just try and push that knee away from you and see how that feels. Yeah. It's a little different spot in the hip. All right, let those legs down nice and straight. And taking that last leg up for a nice squeeze. And releasing it all the way down to the ground. When you're ready, you can meet me in a seated position. That was your splits class. I hope everybody enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys on Thursday for back bends.